Hello and welcome, my lovely Aries. All right, Aries, this is going to be your reading from the intuitive and card reading from February 3rd through the 16th, 2020. It's going to cover that Leo full moon period and also the pre-Mercury retrograde period, retro shadow, pre-shadow. All right. Remember, time is merely pretense, Aries. These can be past, present, and or future energies. It is a general reading, so it will not apply to all, but remember your sun sign, your signs are not personality programming, but the lessons and experiences you can expect in this lifetime, so do hang around for the entirety of the reading to get the most out of it. Very demanding card. All right, so what do we have in the skies above us? We still have that Jupiter and Capricorn that's going to be with us through December of 2020. That is the, it's kind of like living with a strict parent, you know, getting your pentacled life together, or a life coach. Jupiter has that big daddy, but nymph chaser, Zeus kind of energy. So it's a daddy of less repute. And then we have the Capricorn energy, which is that masculine CEO, boss kind of energy. But remember, you can actually take the role of the boss and should take the role of the boss of your life in this one. Also, we have Mercury moved into Pisces on the 3rd. Very important because that's where we're going to start Mercury retrograde for the winter. Mercury is the planet of communication, and Pisces is the most compassionate sign. So we can expect less precise communication, more in the realms of imagination, intuition. What else do we have? The metaphysical and the creative. We're going to expect deep heart-to-heart connections over this time. I believe in magic kind of feeling in communication, and probably our media will see a little more. And when Mercury goes retrograde on February 17th, expect communication there to be misunderstandings, you know, not dotting the I's, not crossing the T's. Brain fog is expected because we can get a little fantastical and surreal when in Pisces. And then we also have Venus moving to Aries on the 7th, on Friday, tomorrow actually, because I'm filming this on the 6th. Venus is the planet of love, sex, and power, and Aries is a fast and furious sign. It is excitement and speed. It is impatience. It's the thrill of the chase, and it is a good time to show off. It's actually a great time to show off because we finally get to that full moon in Leo. It's going to start on the 8th, but it's going to peak in the early morning hours of Sunday, the 9th. It is also called the snow moon, which is really interesting because it's a very sunny kind of moon. Leo is represented by sunflowers in the sun. It is on a Sunday, and it's just about getting into the spotlight. But it's also getting into the spotlight. This full moon is represented by the 7 of Wands. It's rivalry, it's valor, it's faith in experience, it's tough love, making the big decisions for all involved. It's represented by, think of the lioness representing her cubs as a good representation. It reminds me of Creedence Clearwater Revival, that song where it's, have you ever seen the rain coming down on a sunny day? And when it rains on a sunny day, when you're standing in the sun and rain is actually coming down on you, it is pretty magical, and it's actually what rainbows, and you know, we all know there's pots of gold at the end of rainbows. It's where wishes come from. So it's a very dramatic time for us, but it's also a very active time. It's a time where we should be stepping in the spotlight. We are in the midst of we're in the midst of Aquarius season, the social season, an air sign season, and then we just left Capricorn. I love that Cosmo called to Capricorn season a shit show. January sucked. Let's just leave it behind us. We've learned a lot of lessons. We're still carrying and processing, and I feel like this full moon is the release of a lot of the heavy things we went through, kind of letting go of a lot of the deritis that we need to, the trash of it that we can let go and release. You know, we've processed it, just let it go and move on. And also lightning, the light is good. The moonlight's going to shine on things. The sun's going to shine on things. The Leo spotlight is going to shine on things. So it's going to be a lightening of the load. And of course, it's fire energy. There's fire, there's earth, there's air, and there's water all around us in the big areas. So it's a good time to be alive, finally, even though it is winter. All right, let's get to this reading anyway. All right. Me being the Queen of Clovers, my readings tend to focus on life, craft, action, nurturing ourselves and others, and using our highest will for the good and calling. I'm sorry, our will for the highest good and calling. I peeked at the cards a little, so I'm kind of a little distracted. So this is my charismatic gift I share with you with unconditional love and gratitude. I really do thank you for all your likes, your subscribes, your views alone to support the channel. I do sincerely love your support and sharing in the energy that we have going. So let's get to this reading for reals. All right, I'm doing a 9-card spread for the tarot, the energy you're coming into this full moon, kind of feeling with the energy that's going to hit you during this time and the likely results. And then I'm just going to ask for some advice from Spirit and do about 5 cards from that. From my deck here. The energy you're coming into is the Page of Cups, the 5 of Wands, and the Magician. This is competition in love. This is an attempt to manifest love, but there's a lot of competition. It's like you're trying to manifest the perfect love, Aries. I do know this Venus coming into Aries is making Aries very attractive. I know because I am an Aries. And not to toot my own horn because I haven't actually been approached by anyone that fabulous. But yeah, I am attracting a lot of attention. And it's, I have this love coming in. And there's this love coming in, this Page of Cups, like speaking of love, this desire to move forward in love, you know, and in a rushed way, because Venus and Aries is very rushed. And there's a lot of competition, this 5 of Wands, there's a little contention, there's a little uncertainty. There might not just be a lot of competition, there might just be a lot of lesser options, shall we say, Aries, just between us, Aries. But we're trying to manifest. We're using our best to manifest, you know, doing your hair, getting your best clothes on, doing your best smile, you know, because, you know, we want to attract the best thing. We don't want to attract the worst thing. Unfortunately, I don't think it's really working out that well for us, but it's working out well enough that the goodly thing is the Tower is showing up in reverse. This is preventing a Tower. This is actually preventing the Tower energy, was the energy from my last reading and that championship reading. A lot of us were preventing a Tower moment, and this feels, again, preventing a Tower moment, rising up, ascending, as opposed to having that lightning strike us and you know, making moves on our own, not waiting for Spirit so we can tear down those towers. And then I have the 3 of Cups at the center of the reading, a reason to celebrate with others, like a reunion, like a gathering kind of feeling. And right there, the 8 of Pence in reverse. The 8 of Pence in reverse to me has always been a sense of letting go of certain things. Being okay with where you are, no longer perfecting something. It's like you're understanding. I kind of want to explain this without explaining what happened to me today, but for example, I'm going through a very big expansion. You know, my ex was a narcissist. And you do have to realize that when you study narcissism, you realize that you fell into a relationship with a bad person, a narcissist, as I did, because of childhood wounds. So you have to analyze your childhood and who was the narcissist. And you're beginning to find out that maybe the villains in your life when you were growing up aren't the villains. Maybe they were just as injured as you were, not just as narcissists, but as a victim of a narcissist. And it's a little harder than you realize. The person that you actually glorified may have been the narcissist. Weird stuff, yes, but it is the idea of coming into a sense of ascension with the groups you have, with the reunion groups you have, the people you love, the people, you know, this is a group kind of thing, 3 of Cups. This is people around you especially family and friends. It's people you choose to be with. And, you know, you're kind of taking those relationships higher. And believe it or not, I just went through this like literally 2 hours ago. And what you're coming into is, you know, you're not going to have that lightning bolt hit that tower. But in coming into this, all this love crap that we're trying to manifest, Aries, doesn't really matter, because the options, suddenly you just flip them all over because you realize something about yourself spiritually, or about your group, your family group, or your past group, or getting together with somebody. You learn something and you had to take a step back and change your sense of mastery, change your sense of what you know, what's going on, which is going to change. People that you thought were acceptable aren't going to be acceptable for your future loves, is what's going to happen. It's going to eliminate suitors. It's going to possibly eliminate the competition. And this is what happens when you try to manifest love with the Page of Cups while while having competition involved. You will ascend and then clear out the competition yourself. You've just eliminated people from that whole set. So what is coming in? Okay. Aries, this foray into love, this attempt to rush into love, so attempt to like rush into a little bit of emotional ascension or change, has made us just realize that we just need to focus on ourselves, our Queen of Pentacles. We need to focus on our money. We need to find, Queen of Pentacles is financial security above all. And it's like, you know what? I'm just going to focus on this because it is the more, it's what I need to do right now. It's that whole law of attraction. The better I am, the better I'm going to achieve. And you realize that maybe when you are manifesting and you went through that spiritual change that didn't have to be a tower, you realize that maybe if I need to up my game a little bit. And Aries, this is completely what we love. We're upping our game because the love options are not worth choosing. Even though there's all this competition and everybody's coming forward, it's not that great. Not that great at all. And so you're going to let go of this wish, perhaps an Aquarius. This is a star card in reverse. You're willing to forego this part of all your wishes and dreams because you're just not ready for love. You just feel like there's a lot to be had, but there's nothing I want. And there's this expression that I just learned, this BTN, better than nothing. And I don't think Aries would settle for better than nothing. I know me as an Aries don't like to pick. You know, if there were 4 guys left to choose from who I work with, I'm not just going to pick one and say, okay, he's the best one. I pick him. I'm going to take that guy. No way. I can still choose myself. And this is you choosing yourself, Aries. This is us choosing ourselves, as opposed to saying, these are the options, that's who I pick. No, the options suck right now, so I'm going to choose myself and check in on the options at a later date. Woo! Spirit. I really feel bad if you're a cross-watcher, because Aries might not know. There are a couple people that I haven't known had interest in me up until very recently, and yeah, you should have behaved better, is all I'm going to say. Okay, I know Aries understands. I hope this is not too hefty. Let's get this advice from Spirit. Ooh, there's some completions, which we know. Aries, we know. Oh, I got my card here, the Queen of Wands. And the cards before that was the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Swords. We got to close. We're just closing out some cycles. We're just like, I got to close out these cycles. I got to get my solutions going. I got to fix some things. I got to get my Queen of Pentacles. I got to do some hard nurturing. Got to pull up my solutions, repair some issues. Spirit is saying to focus on that. Ooh, new start. Ooh, okay, 3 more cards then. Ooh, so, yep, you have a choice between 2. And we have some choices to make. Of course, there's a choice coming up. It's in the Pentacled life. It's probably a new career, a new job. I actually don't have this in my life, but Spirit is saying you're going to have an opportunity. This opportunity is going to challenge above all your past and your past heart. It's with the 5 of Hearts and the 6 of Hearts in the cartomancy, this is going to ignite like a past dream. It's going to put it back into action, back into play. It's the sense of Spirit is saying, you may think you need a change of pace, or, you know, we've looked at the options. They suck. Things aren't working out. This doesn't necessarily have to be about love. It could just be something impassioned that you wish to choose, that you're trying to manifest. There's a lot of competition. There's a lot of, it's just not that great. So we're going to try and choose something else. This is the idea that there are other options, and you want to explore those options. Spirit is saying, when exploring those options, please consider your past. Consider things that made you happy in the past. And things that you kind of worked for, because 5 of Cups can be worked for, or maybe a past disappointment. Maybe you didn't work very hard on something that maybe if you put your full energy behind that you have available now will do better, kind of thing. It's kind of like Spirit is asking you to look back. And I know right before the new year in the end of 2019, Spirit really asked all of us to look at things that, you know, our past dreams, our past glories, where, you know, what box of old hobbies that we could have made our #1 dreams are stuck up in the attics, kind of thing. And how do we reignite those parts of our lives? This is Spirit reminding you that they're still asking you to do that. You know, what part of your life have you denied yourself? What dream have you pushed aside in the back of a closet? It's time to pull that out and start kind of finding a way to integrate that into your current life. All right, Aries, remember, choose you if the other options blow, as in suck. All right. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, tip or donate if the Spirit moves you. Everything is in the box below. And of course, have a great full moon, my lovely Aries.